kind of random.
What up, y'all? I am your host, Vegas, and welcome to another Hip Hop Now podcast review. And this time we're going to do a little bit different. We're not reviewing an album, we're reviewing a rap battle. Shout out to the battle rap culture out there. Shout out to URL and everybody who enjoys the contest of two, foes lyrically locking. Yeah, you know what I'm getting at. Whatever. The thing is, though, I do need to do this just before we start. For those that don't know, you've been under a rock, or for the misinformed who say, "Oh, they battling, but they ain't got no beat." I'm gonna put you on. Battle rap culture today isn't necessarily about diss records, right? Diss records happen in hip hop and it's called a battle, and so be it. But that's more so for recorded artists. There's actually leagues where hip hop MCs without a beat battle for lyrical supremacy. There's some legends in the game. There's some up and coming legends. There's some, I don't know what you call above legends. It's just, there's PGs like a little cat trying to come. There's just so many different levels to it, right? But what I want you to concentrate on, this is for the new people, just hold tight, people who know what it is. I want y'all to concentrate on the fact that there is no beat, it's a cappella. Occasionally there's flows, but it's really more about rhyme schemes and flips. And if you don't know what that means, I'll break it down for you a little bit later as I start to get into this a little bit, because this isn't going to be that long. But I'll basically say it's about paying attention to what they're saying, because it's not about, oh, you rhyme this word at the end of your bar with this word. It's way deeper than that. There are multiple words getting rhymed within one bar. There's double entendres. There's a whole scheme, and each bar is connected to say this one final statement about this one scheme. It's really intricate, and it's not difficult to follow if you're a hip hop fan. You just have to listen and pay attention. And sometimes there are cases where there are things that happen personally within the battle rap community that one MC will reference, or one battle rapper will reference, that will make the crowd go crazy, but a person who doesn't know will be like, what is he talking about? But we're not doing anything with that here. The battle I came to review today, as you see by the cover, was Daylyt versus Tay Roc. This was at an event called NOME. And for a little backstory, Daylyt is a legend in the hip hop game as far as battle rap goes. Mostly known for antics, doing crazy things as far as dressing up, or just doing all kinds of wild stuff on stage. But occasionally he comes to battle with bars. And me, as a person who got into battle rapping, was like, yo, when he spits, he's really good. So I used to hate the antics because it got in the way of his how good he was. Now, my favorite battle rapper, if I had to pick one, is Tay Roc. And this just happens to be the dude who was battling. This is a dude out of Baltimore. I love this dude because I feel like every time he comes to a battle, typically he's on point. Typically every round is fire, if not maybe 2 rounds. You seldom see him put up a whack performance, right? But this was different. COVID-19 and everything's happening. There was no crowd as there usually is. There was no, Smack, who was the host, being in the middle of it, trying to tell the crowd to calm down, hold it down, hold it down, hold it down, hold it down. None of that trash. No 50,000 dudes on the stage and looking for space. No people, talking from the crowd, talking in between somebody's round. It was just mano y mano, you know what I'm saying, in this basically a battle rap set where you can hear them clearly. They could do camera work that you don't typically get in a battle. You know what I'm saying? Usually they get to do camera cuts when they're in like a ballroom or whatever. This is more like cameras moving around them. This to me was better presentation. Now I just want to take up about 5 minutes to set that up for you. Set the stage if you haven't seen it and you're just listening and maybe you heard about it. And I'm going to do my best to make sure at least a link is in the description so you can go and watch this afterwards. I don't believe it's out yet officially, but if I get the official link, I'll add it. If not, I'll put a different link there where you can watch it. Daylyt versus Tay Roc. This is one of the greatest battles in battle rap history, if you ask me. One of the greatest battles I've ever seen. Not because of one performance or one dope round, or the last round was dope, or one MC was better than the other, one battle rapper was better than the other. It was because for as dope and crazy as Daylyt was for 3 rounds of rapping, and I felt like, man, I don't know how Tay Roc is going to top this. Tay Roc stood his ground with his bars. To me, if I had to pick a winner, I'm picking Daylyt, just because his 3 rounds were so perfect. They were just so perfect. Just lyrics beyond lyrics. I think the one thing that really took me over the top in this battle, and that's not easy to say considering when the first round start, you already feel like, oh, it's already over. Or for some of the things he's saying. But I believe it was the second round where he basically did a whole round where he involved the solar system. And I know that sounds like, oh, you probably said some trash, like, you Saturn around and, sat up and don't moon me or some trash. Like, no. It was intricate. It was deep. He basically talked about the Big Bang, but in reverse. You get what I'm saying? In reverse. And made sure that everything, it wasn't just him rapping about the universe and planets and the solar system. Everything was still a shot at his opponent. So imagine this, you're taking shots at your opponent, but you're using the scheme of the universe and the Big Bang and the beginning of time and the first man and all that stuff, right? And you're tying in the words and the names of planets and everything that has to do with astrology. It sounds really complicated when you talk about it. Like it sounds like trash when I say it, you know what I'm saying? But when you hear it and you follow it word for word, and I mean, I'm not gonna pretend like I can catch everything. It's a couple times I had to pause because of some lines were so crazy. I had to pause it because I was thinking about what was said and how crazy it was. I didn't want to miss what was being said next. And what was dope about that is that Tay Roc had rebuttals. He had a rebuttal in that same round that also involved a couple of planets and stars and stuff like that. And I started to feel like, is this planned? Because what are the odds? Right? But overall, I just feel as a battle, it's just so potent from a lyrical standpoint. To me, I mean, it's easy for me to tell somebody who's never heard battle rap to go back and listen to a ton of different classic battles. But if I was to refer you to a battle to watch that's hot and heavy right now, it would be Tay Roc versus Daylyt. It will be a way for me to show you, new person to battle rap, that they don't need a beat. It's just as good as a battle with a beat, if not better. Because you're really only concentrating on the bars. Beats help. Obviously, there's been battles in hip hop where, a beat wasn't as good, but what was being said made it dope. This is all about paying attention to what's being said. Nothing is simple. Both of them rarely made a mistake to the point where they really had to repeat. At least it wasn't noticeable. I'm pretty sure URL will edit that out. That's a whole nother story. But just watching this battle and understanding the history of these two guys in this battle rap game, and to have the Daylyt show up that I believe that I like the most, this is probably his best battle, to me. So if I had to pick a winner again, I would pick Daylyt over Tay Roc. And again, Tay Roc is my favorite battle rapper. Just because he was just flawless. And it wasn't just about the bars with him. Obviously, Tay Roc did the same. But I think the bars, the lyrical wizardry, the presentation, the way he spit his bars, everything about what he did was perfect. And I feel like Tay Roc did what Tay Roc does. I love the fact that he had the context in it. It just gave the battle something different. So there it is. I picked Daylyt. I'm not gonna say 2-1 or 3-0. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of feel like it's difficult to even say any of that, given the fact that Tay Roc's performance was just as good. Both of them were the 3-0 lesser opponents. This was almost like a perfect battle. So when the video drops, and hopefully I have it in the description, definitely check it out. If you're new to battle rapping, remember, you have to listen. That's all you got to do. You just have to listen. Pay attention, not only to what they're saying on the surface, but how they're using words to branch to other words, to other meanings, to other schemes. And it'll become very clear what battle rap is all about. That's going to do it for me. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at VegasWorldINC, and check out my podcast, Hip Hop Now Podcast. Until next time, y'all, I'm not a critic. I'm a fan. Peace. Drop it on the random.